Here's what makes our re-engineered Lancia Stratos rally concept a match for modern Ferraris. The original rally car homologation is an uncompromising yet elegant performance car with a Ferrari heart. Our render recaptures its magic once more. Turbocharged, all-wheel drive performance cars are synonymous with rallying. At the start of the 80s, the Audi Quattro was one of the first cars to embrace a 4x4 drivetrain. Everyone remembers, or knows, about the turbocharged, all-wheel drive monsters that followed and dominated Group B before its downfall. Even so, the Lancia 037 still managed to win the manufacturer's title in the World Rally Championship for 1983 with a rear-wheel drive setup and a naturally aspirated engine. It was the last car to do so with rear-driven wheels. The predecessor to the 037, the Lancia Stratos, was another Lancia built from the ground up as a rally car and got released as a road-going homologation. Everyone loves homologations, gifts to the enthusiast world that led to some of the most exciting road cars ever. Lancia's Stratos predated the 037 by around a decade and was also a very successful machine. This iconic car managed to cultivate a following, and there have been many replicas, unofficial prototypes, and even a modern, limited edition Stratos. If Lancia have any intention of releasing an official successor to the Stratos, they could start with a design like this. Our new render model courtesy of Hot Cars artist Timothy Adri Emanuel. What is the Lancia Stratos? The idea of power sliding around hairpin bends and jumping over crests in a rear-wheel drive car with an engine behind you is an intimidating one. But competitive rallying was no stranger to this type of setup. One of the first performance cars built from the ground up as a rally machine, the Stratos combined a lightweight, short wheelbase chassis with a potent Ferrari engine that resulted in a car that was nimble. With a fiberglass front and rear end, the compact Lancia Stratos rally car weighed less than 2,000 pounds, but offered up to 320 GP that it won the WRC championship for 3 consecutive years from 1974. It got its power from a Ferrari engine, but this wasn't Ferrari V12 power. It utilized the Ferrari Dino's V6 engine, which displaced 2.4 liters and was naturally aspirated, though the road-going straight-aisle version made 190 GP 166 lb-ft, about the same as the Ferrari Dino 246. That was still enough for a 6.8-second 0 to 60 miles per hour run, and the speedometer needle wouldn't stop until it indicated 144 miles per hour. These 65-degree Ferrari V8s got sent to Lancia as soon as the Dino line started to use a new V8 engine, in the Dino 308. These road-going homologation examples started production in 1973, and after 1974, there were slightly less than 500 produced. The Stratos' design was iconic thanks to the angular wedge shape of its front end and abrupt comeback-style rear, somewhat resembling the Lamborghini Miura. The modern successor to the Lancia Stratos rally car. Our render is unmistakably a modern Lancia Stratos from every angle, despite having a complete overhaul and incorporating modern features. Its short, angular body is back, and the curved sides also return. A light bar sits in an inset grille area in the car's nose, while in the hood above there are surprise drop-down light covers, which expose new LED headlamps. The classic Lancia Stratos utilized traditional pop-up headlamps. Check out the front splitter and the car's new widened design, which sits on bronze wheels from the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, inspired by the Stratos' bronze rims, which were similar in design on the road car. There are now intakes in the sides for the mid-mounted engine, and up back there are LEDs on a black rear fascia panel. Its spoiler is like the original, but the twin exhaust tips get supersized. One of the most memorable pieces of Lancia Stratos design is the roof-mounted wraparound wing, which is something we don't see on many cars, but it would be missing if it wasn't included here too. In the render video, we can hear an angry engine sound, and we can only speculate on what might power this new Lancia Stratos. Perhaps a highly tuned turbocharged V6 engine. It certainly sounds like a Formula 1 engine as it hits the rev limiter though. If it still utilizes a Ferrari engine like the original Stratos, we could imagine this render housing a virtual Ferrari 296 GTB engine. The GTB uses a 3-liter, twin-turbocharged V6 and makes a total of 654 GP without its hybrid hardware. The real modern Lancia Stratos. You can buy. This performance car wouldn't be the first attempt at bringing the Lancia Stratos back from extinction. Since there were few Stratos produced, just the necessary 500 or so for homologation, and thanks to the car's iconic status, many replicas got made, as well as a few high-profile projects. The phenomenon Stratos was an ambitious concept revealed at the 2005 Geneva Motor Show. It would have used a Ferrari engine, but sadly, it never came to be. Thanks in part to this stalled project, a one-off new Lancia Stratos got commissioned, and legendary Pininfarina produced a working example based on a shortened Ferrari F430 Scuderia chassis. Its engine also fittingly got carried over. The 4.3-liter Ferrari V8 made 532 GP. Ferrari would not support the project, however, and the design house would never have been able to produce the car. After years of trying to bring the car to fruition, a new company, Manifattura Automobili Torino, finally started work on the new Stratos' 25-car run, with each example getting based on a customer's donor F430. As of 2021, the first 8 cars had gotten sold to customers, and the cost of the transformation from Ferrari to Lancia was more than $670,000 in US money. That didn't include the cost of the donor Ferrari F430 Scuderia, which was around $200,000. How much is a Lancia Stratos worth today? If you thought the combined price of nearly $900,000 is a lot for the new Stratos, the current average value of the original Lancia Stratos may seem more palatable, relatively speaking. According to Haggerty, the average value of the Stratos in 2023 is $563,000 for the 1974 and 1975 model years. As you can imagine, with less than 500 made at the start of the 70s, not many of these performance cars pop up for sale very often. Classic.com records only a handful of cars that got presented at auction over the last 5 years, and a few of them didn't get sold. Lancia as an auto brand has all but disappeared in recent times, but there is also another interesting machine based on the Lancia 037, the Chimera EV037. This car is a Restomod based on the iconic rally car, built in Italy with love by Chimera Automobili. It features a remodeled exterior and interior, along with a 500 HP, turbocharged and supercharged engine and manual transmission. Chimera's machine is a chance to experience an 80s Lancia rally car in factory-fresh condition, but the price tag is equally impressive at $730,000. Lancia 037S are worth about $500,000 in 2023. So experiencing this kind of heritage still comes at an eye-watering price, however you go about it.